Welcome to video 1 on the Geopark Code of Practice system. This video gives an overview of the structure and functionality of the system. The system is the vehicle for making a code of practice submission that can then be reviewed by an external evaluator. There are three main user types: tourism operator, code evaluator, and system administrator. Let's select tourism operator. Here is the home screen for a tourism operator with the welcome message and an outline of the step-by-step approach to making a code of practice submission. In this video, we will talk through the key features as listed here on the left navigation bar. First, my dashboard. The dashboard is the data hub for the tourism operator. It allows them view their top-line year-on-year data and also compare it with the aggregate data of other operators using the system. There are 5 data categories: my staff and my visitors, with our network profile, which is a profile of all tourism operators participating in the code, showing their key business features and categories of tourism activity. Consumption data. This gives year-on-year data and also compares consumption with all other tourism operators using the system. A log of the business's code submissions, and also an overview of the overall performance of all tourism operators in the system, including how this business's performance compares with others. Firstly, there is an introduction. Secondly, there is the My Business Details section. In this section, users can ensure that their basic business details are correct. Next is the Business Categories and Features section. The business category represents the type of tourism activity that a business is involved in. Now on to business features. There are 4 different business features that affect the code of practice requirements for a business. A business may tick one, some, or all of these features: outdoor activity, staff, premises, and transport provider. Once the system knows the nature of the tourism activity, it will tailor the performance measures to these features. For example, some measures are relevant only for outdoor activity providers. If a business does not provide an outdoor activity, they will not see those measures, and so on for the other categories. The next section is Evidence Library. Once a business declares that they have implemented a code of practice measure, they must provide evidence to support this. Documents that are used repeatedly as evidence can be stored here. Employment. The employment feature allows a business to record employment levels year on year and month by month. It also allows the destination manager to calculate the total number of employees across all tourism operators in the system. Next, here you have an option to change passwords. The next section is about the code, which is the information resource area. Users can find out more about the principles, read a step-by-step guide to making a submission, read more about the scoring bands, or download the code of practice poster. For example, let's have a quick look at scoring bands, which is just information on each level. This space can also be used for other information. For example, we have added information and forms here relating to an upcoming Geopark Life Awards event, as well as the code mentoring program. Let's move on to quick self-assessment. The quick self-assessment is a tool that allows a business get a quick snapshot of their current performance in relation to the code. It contains a quick-fire checklist of statements relating to the actions required to complete the code. Without thinking too deeply about any of the answers, the tool will give a business a sense of A, how much they already do, and B, how much they have left to do. At the end, the system will generate a to-do list. This is a list of all measures that a business answered no to. If they wish to increase their performance rating, they can use the to-do list to work through the code measures they have yet to implement. Each one completed moves them further along their journey. Previous self-assessments and to-do lists are retained within the system. Now let's look at preparing your code submission. Now that a user has all the context and background information, they are ready to prepare a code submission. This is a sequential 4-step process: input consumption data, input customer numbers by month, provide evidence of performance for the measures they have adopted, and finalise the environmental action plan for next year. They then submit all of this for external evaluation through the system. The exact process is detailed in video 2. Finally, Resource Library. This is a bank of information categorised by code principle. In here, a business will find templates, tools, guidelines, and case studies to help them work through the code. For example, if I click on Sustainable Environmental Management, Use of Resources, there is first a description of the principle and then underneath a list of resources. For example, Understanding Your Waste Bill, a guide to completing the consumption data table, tips for reducing energy consumption. If you would like information on the detail of the submission process, please watch video 2.